Hello YouTube, ATX in here. Like, comment, subscribe. Big emphasis on comment. Excuse me. Know that I'm here to learn, and I'm here to teach. And anything that I've learned, I'm welcome. I'm more than happy to share. You can message me, reach out. Comments are the main thing that I want. I want us to be able to grow from each other and help each other through seasons that we may not understand. And sometimes it takes certain vessels for us to hear these things, or for us to believe these things in our heart. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the passage. We are in Exodus. Exodus chapter. Here we go. We're in Exodus chapter 13. All right. I know. NIV. The Lord said to Moses, "Consecrate to me all the firstborn, whatever is the first to open the womb among the people of Israel, both of man and of beast, and is mine." Then Moses said to the people, "Remember this day in which you came out from Egypt, out of the house of slavery, for by a strong hand the Lord brought you out from this place. No leavened bread shall be eaten. Today in the month of Abib you are going out. And when the Lord brings you into the land of Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Hivites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he swore to your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, and you shall keep this service in this month. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh day there shall be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten for the 7 days. No leavened bread shall be seen with you, and no leaven shall be seen with you in all your territory. You shall tell your son on that day, it is because of what the Lord did for me when I came out of Egypt. And it shall be to you a sign as on your hand, and as a memorial between your eyes, that the law of the Lord may be in your month. For with a strong hand the Lord has brought you out of Egypt. You shall therefore keep this statute at this appointed time from year to year. When the Lord brings you into the land of Canaanites, and he swore to you and your fathers, and shall give it to you, you shall set apart to the Lord all the first opens the land. Oh, okay, hold on. We're on 12. You shall set apart to the Lord all that first opens the womb. All the firstborn of your animals that are males shall be the Lord's. Every firstborn of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb, or if you will not redeem it, you shall break its neck. Every firstborn of man among your sons you shall redeem. And when in time to come your son asks you." Okay, so we'll repeat 14. Chapter 13 of Exodus, verse 14. "And when in time to come your son asks you, 'What does this mean?' you shall say to him, 'Be a strong hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt from the house of slavery.' For when Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, the Lord killed all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of animals. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all the males that first opened the womb, but all the firstborn of my sons I redeem. It shall be as a mark on your hand, or frontlets between your eyes. For by a strong hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt. When Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them by way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest the people change their minds when they see war and return to Egypt. But God led the people around by the way of the wilderness toward the Red Sea, and the people of Israel went up out of the land of Egypt equipped for battle. Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for Joseph had made the sons of Israel solemnly swear, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones with you from here. And they moved on from Succoth and encamped at Etham on the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them along the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, that they might travel by day and by night. The pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night did not depart from before the people. Okay, we're on 13, going into 14. I'll go ahead and start into 14. Then the Lord said to Moses, tell the people of Israel to turn back and encamp in front of Pihahireth. There we go. Pihahireth, between Migdol and the sea, in front of Baal Zephon. You shall encamp facing it by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the people of Israel, they are wandering in the land, and the wilderness has shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he will pursue them, and I will get glory over Pharaoh and all his host, and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord. And they did so. When the king of Egypt was told that the people had fled, the mind of Pharaoh and his servants was changed toward the people. And they said, what is this we have done, that we have let Israel go from serving us? So he made ready his chariot and took his army with him, and took 600 chosen chariots and all the other chariots of Egypt with officers over all of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued the people of Israel while the people of Israel were going out and defiantly, excuse me. Having a hard time seeing this word right now. Chapter 14, verse 9. The Egyptians pursued them, all Pharaoh's horses and chariots, and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamped at the sea by Pihahiroth, in front of Baal-zephon. Excuse me. When Pharaoh drew near, the people of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians were marching after them, and they feared greatly. And the people of Israel cried out to the Lord. They said to Moses, it is because there are no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness. What have you done to us in bringing us out of Egypt? Is not this what we said to you in Egypt? Leave us alone that we may serve the Egyptians, for it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. And Moses said to the people, fear not, stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today you shall never see again. The Lord will fight for you, and you have only to be silent. The Lord said to Moses, why do you cry to me? Tell the people of Israel to go forward. Lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, that the people of Israel may go through the sea on dry ground. And I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians so that they shall go in after them, and I will get glory over Pharaoh and all his host, his chariots and his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I have gotten glory over Pharaoh, his chariots and his horsemen. Then the angel of God, who was going before the host of Israel, moved and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud moved from before them and stood behind them, coming between the host of Egypt and the host of Israel. And there was the cloud and the darkness, and in it lit up the night, without one coming near the other all night. Then Moses stretched out his hands over the sea, and the Lord drove the sea back by a strong east wind all night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the people of Israel went into the midst of the sea on dry ground, and the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. The Egyptians pursued and went in after them into the midst of the sea, all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and horsemen. And in the morning watched the Lord in the pillars of fire and of cloud, looked down on Egyptian forces, and threw the Egyptian forces into a panic, clogging their chariots' wheels so that they drove heavily. And the Egyptians said, "Let us flee from before Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hands over the sea, that the sea may come back upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen." So Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its normal course. When the morning appeared, and as the Egyptians fled into it, the Lord threw the Egyptians into the midst of the sea. The waters returned, and they covered the chariots and the horsemen of all the host of Pharaoh that had followed them into the sea. Not one of them remained. But the people of Israel walked on. But the people of Israel walked on dry ground through the sea, the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day from the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead on the seashore. Israel saw the great power that the Lord used against the Egyptians, so the people feared the Lord, and they believed in the Lord and in his servant Moses. Quite a powerful passage there. You get to see God's power, how he united people, how he brought them together, some of them in disbelief or almost unbelief. But Moses was used as a vessel, and he showed God's strength, and he believed. It's quite a powerful passage put forward. I would love to hear anybody's comments, anybody's insight. Maybe from the Quran, and maybe from from the Torah. It may be from the Bible, maybe from the New Testament, maybe from the Old Testament. I would love to see any comparisons, any words that you would like to put forward, any paths or any testaments that God has put you through that remind you of this passage, if not strengthen you inside of this passage. I would love to hear y'all's stories and y'all's comments. Thank y'all, and you have a blessed day and a blessed night. Excuse me.